Hi guys, so today I'm just gonna hop on and just go over some basic how-tos and run through the program just a little bit. Learning it still, so we'll learn as we go, but just some things that we know as of now. We'll obviously build off of them and questions will come, so feel free to send anything after this too. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. So once you exit out of that. Once you guys sign up, we will send you an email. Jessica will inviting you to be a member of Glean. So once you get on there, it'll send you that. This is kind of like the main screen that there is to log in. So you're just gonna go here, log in, and then it'll process you. And then this is going to be your main page for how you can kind of start working through, your audio recordings of lectures or any other audio you guys are looking to do to have the note-taking option for. So every time you have a new lecture, a Zoom, a video of some sort that you're looking to go to, you're going to click New Event every time. So if you go here, this is where you can go for each lecture, each class, just to keep things really organized. We were just kind of thinking that you could do the name of the course. So say, that's the name of the course. We want to talk, lecture 1, notes 1, and then if you want to do the date, so like 9/2, just so you can keep everything super organized. Once you start going through, people have already kind of asked this question too. If you're doing this through headphones in your room, so say that you and your roommate share and you guys are both listening to lectures at the same time, there's definitely an option that'll allow you just to listen through whatever's being presented on your screen through Zoom or through what you're getting through headphones. So there's 2 options for this. Default is just everything. So everything's going to pick up that's around your laptop when you don't have headphones on. But if you go to this right here, you'll see 2 options. So we have the record screen audio and then record and screen audio and mic. So I actually made a PDF that I'm gonna send out to you guys as well, which breaks down these 2. But this first tab is if you are just listening to something and you aren't talking yourself. So you don't need your audio, you just wanna be listening to the lecture as is on Zoom. This is where you would go, you would click here, and then you would be on your Zoom call, whatever. If your Mac, your entire screen would be shared for that feature. I know we are learning that it might be different for Windows, so just something to be alert, but your entire screen, and then you'll click share to whatever. If you wanted to go through like applications, so if you wanted it to be the PowerPoint specifically, you could go there, and then if you had a YouTube video on the other side, that's where you could click something specific for an application. But this is kind of your entire screen. So I know, I think for Mac users, you definitely can do entire screen. For Windows, if it does make you pick one of those guys, you may have to go in here. This is where if it was, a different tab for a YouTube video or something you want to get clicking on there, that's where you can be more selective too. So that's kind of where you go from there. And then moving back to, this option is where you would go if you wanted to listen to the lecture and then also yourself. So say that you might, be talking with some classmates and you want to hear everything that's in your computer box, and then also you through your headset, just through your headset too. So it'd be when you're connected, that's the option you can choose there. So some really cool options just to make sure that's the headphones feature, and that's how you can work through that. And then once you start too, there's a really cool side option too to import slides. So if you wanted to do this, if you get your lectures pre-sent to you in PowerPoint or some notes there, you can definitely upload this too. So if you go here, you can go through and then you can also see all of your different things. So what you have to do though is it has to be in PDF. So I already did a mock example here of just an old presentation I had from an education class. So you can open that up, just have to save it as a PDF. And then those slides will be downloaded right in here for you to have too. So if you go and you go through each one, this will be where your lecture is kind of pre-downloaded. So you can start recording and then also go through the slides too. So you can make everything, have your notes really nice and matched up. Just if they're given to you ahead of time, it's a really nice option too. So if that's something that you guys want to do the combination, if that is the case that they're pre-sent to you, you definitely can do that. It's really nice. So I'll show you guys too, just in case you're kind of, wondering like, how does this happen? Just to double check, you guys know that from there. So something's in a PowerPoint, you're just gonna go open it up and then file, save as, and then this is where you switch it to file format to get the PDF. So you would switch it there, and then that would be when you can upload it now finally to Glean. Oops. So yeah, so once you're moving through here, this is where, if you watch that nice demo video that Glean had for you, you can see all, the main features that really do help with the note taking and getting those coded results for you too. So say that the lecture is going, we're recording, moving through, and then all of a sudden, this is where, we learn the topic of the day. So funds of knowledge. And you want to type that in. Go there, that's your heading, and then all underneath there is what you're gonna get. Say that I'm saying something right now, I'm the professor, this is important, this is the main takeaway from today, we're gonna mark that right there. And then if you wanna also put main takeaway for today, put that there, then we know that that's where that is. I'm saying something, also we can go heading for the next one, now we have the origin of something, so we can do that there, break it up, and then something here, like I have no idea what they're talking about. We can click review. So that's really awesome. Something that's a task, that's something that maybe later, and then also too, if you want to code like question mark, I have no idea what's going on there. And then two, with tasks, that's something where it's going to be a little bit of extra work, something that you might need to do aside. You can put, this is for homework, number 3 problem, or number 2, look at there. So there's really cool options there. The lightning bolt 2 is kind of just an abbreviated version. So if you just want to go through quickly, really start, throwing some things out, you can just do that and then go back and add notes later, which is really awesome. Just some quick, juds if you don't have the time, if someone's talking really quickly, you definitely can do that too. So this is just kind of some very, very basic ways. What we did learn also, which I think is really cool, is if you go back now to this important tab, the lightning bolt 2 is kind of just that's where you can replay all of that. And what's really cool is it's going to go 15 seconds before what you marked as important, because we don't associate things, in time. So it takes us, kind of that 15 seconds to backtrack and say like, oh, what was thinking, what was being said. So it does kick you back that 15 seconds, which is awesome. So here is just, a basic way of how you might doing it. Of course, everyone's notes are different, so don't feel like you have to follow any way that I did that whatsoever. But if you go back now to the main page, this is where you have all of your recordings. So it's really crucial that you do make sure, I did a mock one before, so I changed a little bit with the education title, but it's really important that you do go in there and you do mark them, because if not, you're just gonna have all these unentitled events. So you're gonna wanna go and just mark them every day. I think it's best too if you include the date, maybe the lecture, that way you can keep it organized throughout the semester. And then what you also can do to keep it more so organized is go to collections. And then this is where you can make different classes now too. So this is kind of your homepage with every single thing that's on there. And then if you want to go to a collection, you can go new collection. So I kind of changed the name of the education a little bit. So I think it was maybe that one I didn't do. Oh, new event. Go there, go back. And then if you go to collections, now it's under a new tab too. So you can go to this one, right on your home page, and then if you go to the side here, move event is where now you can get it into your new collection. So now if you go to collections, we have those two, and you can just delete that one that you made to get the event started. But that's how you can kind of categorize everything, get them in there. So again, it's just going to your home screen. This is where you can move, or if you didn't need it, of course, this is where you can delete too. So move and delete is going to be right there. Also, just a side note too, this is on the cloud too. So if you have a check right here, you're connected to the internet, but if not, you're in the cloud, so you can use it when you're offline. What's going to happen is when you come back online, that's when all of these will download for you once you get that internet connection. So you can use it when you don't have internet too, which is awesome. There is also an app too. I just downloaded it, so I haven't played around with it too much, but I know that it you can get right on the App Store, Glean, and then you're just going to use your same credentials that you use there. And I'll definitely be playing around with this more as the semester goes on. But if you guys think that maybe it's easier to use your phone, if you use, I don't know if you guys do use Zoom on your phone or maybe an iPad or some different than your laptop itself and not having the tab open on here, definitely there's some different compatibilities with the app that you can do also. So yeah, so this is just a really great tool. I think of what else. Oh, so a thing that's really cool too that we learned is this search tool. If you were thinking of, I believe I did tons of knowledge for something. So say that you were like, I really know that we talked about that concept in class. I got to go back and just, maybe I can find it in the, your search. So this is how you could search like a document. So if you want to go funds of knowledge here and then go, it'll show you what PowerPoint or lecture that you got that from. So you click here. And then it's bringing you to this funds of knowledge tab right here. So what's really cool is that, you can search all of your lectures. If you're like, what lecture did we talk about? Cell theory or something like that. Then you can go back and you can do the search. But what's going to happen though is that it's only going to come up if you physically have typed it. So we did tell them that, kind of something that we're like, oh, it'd really be nice if you could hear it, in your lecture here. But as of now, you can only search it if it's in a typed format. So just so you guys do know. But if you know, like, oh, I tagged that point as something that you can go back, you can search it from there. So that's just another cool aspect of that. Back to home. So then once you're on this page too, there's different views on the bottom here. So you can go, once you get all of your notes typed in, you can go reading view. And then obviously if you went through more slides than I did, you would have the different slides there too with the notes attached. But yeah, so if you go through here, this is where you can get your printable version, and then you would just go and you can print from there. Save it as a PDF, save it as whatever. And if you want to, physically have your notes in your hand to study, that's how you can get it from there. And then also if you want to take them and then copy them into a Word doc yourself, and you have a group project you're working on, it's got to go in Google Drive or some different capability, you can go copy paste, and then everything will actually just go, even the pictures, which is awesome. So don't save. We're going to go back here. Awesome. So this is just kind of the basic run through as of now. I'm also just gonna go through my own PowerPoint that I made to just kind of go along with this with you guys. So I'll just present this super quickly so you guys have this information too. Oops. So here's me. I know that I've spoken with a couple of you guys on email, but this is just a little intro. It's nice to meet you guys all. I know I won't really be seeing you probably too much in person or maybe even at all, but if you guys do want to Zoom one-on-one like this and just to get to know each other better and go through questions this way, if you have some things you need me to help you work through screen sharing, we definitely can do that. But I'm excited to work with you all, and it's nice to meet you. So a little bit about me. I know I told this in the email, but I am from Potsdam, New York, so I'm local, so I know the area really well. So if you guys have questions just about Potsdam, places to eat, something like that, I'm more than happy to help. And I graduated from St. Lawrence, so not too far down the road. I went to college all 4 years. I worked this past year at Clarkson University too, so I did do a year in higher ed in between going back to school, but I did decide that I wanted to go back to school and get my master's in teaching. I like the younger demographic, so I think I want to be 1 through 6 certification, and I think as young as I can get. So probably first, second, third is where I want to be in a classroom growing up. So I'm excited to get that done in the next year and a half. So that's awesome. In my free time, there's a river locally by that me and my friends and family spend a lot of time on. So that's what I do in my free time, especially during the summer. So it's awesome. So moving forward. So any Glean questions throughout the semester, they can come right to me. I'm your point of contact. So no worries at all. You guys can send me any questions whenever. I'm learning this program too as we go. So anything that I can't answer immediately, I definitely will reach out to the support text at Glean and get you a question as soon as I can. So anything, email me. More than happy to help. And then so moving from here, I just created right now this Zoom intro video that's going to give you guys a good deal of information on just kind of working through different features that might not be as obvious. But I also created a PDF, which is the first one, which talks about that headphones capability just a little bit more, gives you the screenshots and went through what we did today and kind of says, you know, just some reminders of which one's best for one. So you don't have to memorize it off the top of your head. There's going to be a PDF that says this is if you're with a seminar where you need to hear yourself and the professor and the people on the screen. This is just the professor. And then the mic, of course, is if you're in a room by yourself. The only thing that you're going to get is if you just leave it on the default setting would just be, little noises in the background and everything too. So those are how you change it for the headphones. So that's already laid out. So no need to memorize that. And then another feature too is just kind of these Glean resources that I attached here. So I know that Jessica did send you the demo video, so always great to go back and just kind of rewatch that. That goes through the main, features of, what you can do for your notes and how you can use it. But again, totally up to you how you take notes and what you want to do with that. But just some ideas that I've worked through today and also the video. And then there's also this help page that I tagged in here too. The help page is going to be just some basic things, more tabs, and just kind of more features maybe if you want to keep exploring and see what you can do on Glean. And then also, like I said, the first point kind of talks about that I'm more than happy to set up a Zoom call. I can create more documents with the PDFs laid out for you guys. So let me know. I can create anything for you and find you any answers. So more than happy to help. Just let me know what you guys need. And then this is where I'm going to attach the video that I'm making right now. So more than happy to answer anything.